Welcome to Saving the Cabin. So many of you say that you want to see the nitty-gritty of it, of us restoring the cabin. I got a lot of kind of slack about not showing you guys lifting up the cabin when we had to jack it up. Trust me, it was a very boring process that took a long time because we had to, over 2 days, raise the cabin up so we weren't doing it too much at a time and stressing the wood out too much. So it was a long 2-day process that, yes, right here at the front door was dipped down about 3 inches from where it is now. You wouldn't have been able to tell through the videos unless I did a 2-day time lapse. And that just really wasn't going to show what happened. So I do apologize to you guys that have asked for wanting to see underneath the cabin and us lifting it up. But honestly, the only footage is the bones we found underneath and the lie that we did exploring underneath. But today, as you guys can tell, it is raining here. It's only supposed to rain for the morning, so I figure first thing today, I will go ahead and spray some fungicide all over all the obvious mold spots. That way I can limit the amount of mold spores that get perfumed through the air. And yes, I am prepared. I have the fungicide that does work on black mold, full hazmat suit, gloves, N95 respirator, and these are even booties right here. So right now the game plan is to spray down the mold, then once it dries out a little outside, make a good perimeter around the outside, especially in the front of the cabin. That way I can open those big double doors that are up top and be able to throw all the moldy debris out it. I have one of those waste disposal bags that you can throw debris into. It's extra leftover from us redoing our house before. So it's going to hold all the moldy debris that we can't burn, that we'll need a big dumpster for eventually. So it's just going to be temporary. So my goal is to get rid of the mold that you see right here in these 2 rooms. Basically, I want to remove all of the ceiling right here and see what we're working with from the inside. And then we'll start working on this room over here that is cedar. This room is going to take a little bit more because it leans slightly to the side with the weight of the roof. So I do have to wait for Jeremy to come back because I don't do roofs, especially by myself. We have to get some of the weight of the debris and the heavy layers of shingles off so we can try to straighten up this room and actually attach it to the rest of the house, because apparently it's slightly leaning because it is not attached. So now that you've seen a peek up upstairs, I'm gonna get into my hazmat suit and get upstairs and start spraying everything down. Here we go. I'm gowned up. Now that I look like the Pillsbury Doughboy's little sister, let's get this party started. And as I'm heading upstairs, I am getting some other spots that I saw mold. Right at the bottom of the door here. Just to limit what we have going on. All right, let's go upstairs. So, and we'll go ahead and just get this spot right here too, where we know the roof is leaking before we put the tarp in. This is more fungi than black mold, but doesn't hurt. It all will die. One thing I did just find is this is all mice poo. It's up here on the wall, and there's a crack in between there. That's almost an inch. So that means we have mice in the ceiling. Fun. So that means we have not only mold, but mice. And the N95, you know, gets rid of a lot of the particles. You can still get a little bit of smell through it. And I am slightly detecting something dead in this part of the room. So where the mice are, I think one of them died in the ceiling. Yay. More bones. So I have half the room done. I gotta finish the rest now. We're done. I even did the floors and the walls now. So I'm done. I am a disgusting, sweaty mess, but it is completely sprayed. Basically upstairs I did the floors, the ceiling, the walls, specifically those 2 rooms, but on the cedar I did get some of those spots that had the white fungus growing, and all of the floors in that room too. I am sweaty. And for those of you that are wondering, this is what I'm using. The company does say that it does work on porous materials. A lot of things don't work on things like wood. They say that, you know, it's only solid surfaces and that's it. This claims that they can do wood too. It just has to sit saturated for at least 10 minutes. And they make another cool product that I saw that will actually remove the staining if we were trying to just, you know, cover up an area. Granted, everything is getting gutted here, so it's not really needed, but I thought it was pretty cool. And I will be going under the cabin at some point and spraying everything down underneath the cabin just to be on the safe side with this stuff too. And if you're wondering, for those 2 rooms, floor to ceiling, I use about 2/3 of a bottle, maybe a little bit over. And it's not a concentrate, it's ready to use, so I didn't have to worry about mixing and pouring. So now if it'll just stop sprinkling, I can get the rest of the yard taken care of, and then I can start gutting upstairs. And of course, we all know demo is the most fun part. It's going to suck in the suit since it traps all the moisture in, but it'll still be fun. And you know, removing all that black mold for an OCD person is going to be so rewarding.